I would start by asking simple questions. Before the deal brokered by the United States in the Trump administration, whatever name you may want to give it, what did other administrations, whether in the United States or Europe or anywhere else, did they offer? What is it? I mean, we could be talking about something. Let's talk about it. Before we come to Trump administration and the deal brokered, you are a journalist, you follow different events and the news and so on, you put things in their perspective, in history and so on and so forth. Make a reference. Well, even if you don't make it to me now, but in your mind, try to remember what other deals that had been brokered by anybody that were even suitable to deal with the problem in DRC. I think some of the players in the region were concerned with the problem. They had in their mind to leverage these resources because they think the resources are very attractive. So therefore they would, like throwing a bait and saying, I'll give you this, I'll give you that, you'll control this, which everybody else in the world needs and may. So I'll give it to you. But those who threw the bait to those who would help in the problem, we're really not looking for a durable solution to their problems or to the problems that affect us in the region. They just wanted to have an advantage over adversaries and give a sweetener to people to say, we'll give you this, please help us deal with M23 and FCM23 or Rwanda as it is perceived, or our enemies. And that then people would just be attracted to that, take it, and address the problem the way the government of Congo saw it. No, but the Trump administration kept looking at a combination of these three matters that need to be addressed: the political, the security, and the economic. While in some other people's minds, it was just economic. You want a deal, you want money, you want minerals, you want please take it, but and save us from these troublemakers, even if it doesn't address the problem, depending on how they see it. So I'm sure that is what is still affecting, and maybe will affect, the implementation. Because what people had in mind is not necessarily 100% what they are getting. But in addressing any problem like this one, it's give and take. You don't get 100% what you want, because there are many parties concerned with the problem. each one maybe gets a piece of what they wanted, another gets a piece of what they wanted, and together stability comes out of it. The expertise they provide, the reports they write, actually do not have anything to do with the situation itself. These reports were written long ago, when they were being given the mission. So they just come to make sure that everything conforms to that as of origin. Because that's why you always find it's all others guilty in this situation of different things, except the actual perpetrators. You will never find they write anything comprehensively about FDLR. You will never find they write anything comprehensively about how government institutions are connected with FDLR in spreading hate ideology, genocide ideology. Things that are done in broad daylight for everybody to see. So you wonder how experts cannot see that. But all the reports, 75%, it's blame on AFCM 23 and Rwanda. And they're always tight because they say, Rwanda-backed M23. You will tell me in your research if you ever saw anywhere DRC backed FDLR. You will never. So the narrative is already written. They talk about minerals as the center of the whole problem. By the way, they should also blame themselves, because if you highlight minerals, and then later on you blame somebody for also saying, yes, we have a deal in minerals, but around that we want to solve a problem, because they are the ones who highlighted the minerals in the first place. So how do they blame Trump administration for saying we got a big deal on minerals? Yeah, but you made the minerals the issue. You, the people who are blaming everybody, including blaming the Trump administration. But the way they used that, it was like Rwanda is just in Congo doing whatever, supporting M23, or even the existence of M23 is about minerals, according to them. So they keep playing, even overplaying this narrative. In the end, it works to the detriment of the solution to the problem. So for me, I'm thankful to President Trump's decision. And by the way, even if it doesn't work, I don't think they should be the ones to be blamed. They are not the ones to blame. Because in the end, they are not the ones to implement what we have agreed. They just brought people together concerned with the problem, and they've introduced a new way of approaching this problem, which has not been forthcoming from others. And so here, it's our job, it's our task for us in the region to implement that, or DRC or Rwanda to implement their part of the bargain in the agreement. But of course, it helps if United States administration remains close by to follow up and says to people, well, you said you would do this, what happened? They have some leverage over the matter. As I said, we reached an agreement in Washington, D.C., but it is not up to Washington to implement it. It's those who reach the agreement there to actually be the ones to implement what they agreed. And we have also seen in the whole history of this matter that people really don't necessarily do things according to what they agreed they are going to do. That's the lesson we have learned over many years. So if FDLR is not dealt with, and we have set out the way to deal with it in the agreement, then that means the FDLR continues to be there, and the problem continues to be there. And Rwanda will always do what it has to do when FDLR is along our border. There is no magic wand here to be used by anybody. It's you have just to do what is right to do to deal with the matter.